If you've ever seen traders enter and exit positions within seconds or minutes and wondered what they're actually doing, that's called scalp trading. Scalp trading is a style of trading where the goal is to capture small moves in price action over very short periods of time. Instead of holding trades for hours, days, or weeks like swing traders, scalp traders are looking for quick momentum, short bursts of volatility, and fast reactions around key levels. Sometimes the trade lasts 30 seconds, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes a little longer, but the objective stays the same. Get in, capture the move, manage risk aggressively, then get out before the momentum fades.
People don't realize scalping is more about reaction than prediction. You're not trying to forecast where SPY will be next week. You're reading momentum, liquidity, buyer versus seller pressure, and taking advantage of short-term imbalance. When buyers suddenly become aggressive, scalpers step in to capture the move before momentum slows down.
What I personally look for is very simple. Strong momentum move, small pullback, then continuation. That's the entire game. You don't need 15 indicators covering your screen. You need structure. Another thing I watch heavily is key levels. Pre-market highs, pre-market lows, previous day highs and lows, VWAP, and major psychological levels. Because scalping around random areas usually creates random results. The best moves happen where liquidity is already sitting. High probability scalping checklist. Trend direction established, price above VWAP, strong volume expansion, clean pullback into support, momentum confirmation, and tight risk management. Another important part of scalping is understanding timeframe roles. Not every timeframe serves the same purpose. The higher timeframes help identify overall trend direction, while the lower timeframes help with actual execution. For example, daily, the hourly, and the 15-minute charts help identify momentum and structure, while the 5-minute and the 2-minute chart is where entries and confirmations often happen. That's why time frame alignment matters so much. If the higher time frame trend is bullish and the lower time frame starts confirming momentum again after a pullback, that's where high probability scalp opportunities usually begin developing. One of the most effective ways to scalp is by trading with momentum and trend structure. For my system, I personally use the 200 simple moving average line and the 20 EMA line, and I made $73,000 in the geopolitical situation trading crude oil futures using this particular strategy. The strategy is the 200 simple moving average line trends higher. The 20 EMA, which is a bullish momentum gouge, trades above the 200 simple moving average line, and price action trading above the 20 EMA line but pulling back towards the 20 EMA after the expansion has already happened. That pullback phase matters a lot because trends usually move in cycles. They don't go up in a straight line, they go up in an impulsive wave and then come back down in a contraction wave and then expand again. Now watch this carefully because this is where real entries usually happen. Notice how price impulsed higher, then paused, volume cooled off, came back down, contracted back down to the 20 EMA line, and buyers stepped right back in. Most people enter after the expansion. Experienced traders are usually entering during the pause before the expansion even happens. That difference changes everything in scalp trading.
And this is why patience matters so much. A lot of traders enter after the candle already exploded. Usually by then, risk becomes much worse. The cleaner entries often happen before the emotional breakout candle appears.
The downside works the same way, just reversed. During downtrends, the 200 simple moving average line trends lower, the 20 EMA is trending below it, price action pulls back upward into the 20 EMA during weakness. Then the focus becomes bearish engulfing candles printing right at the 20 EMA test and signs sellers may be stepping back in on the 2-minute and the 5-minute chart.
One thing you do not want to do with scalping is fight strong momentum all day. Strong trend days can stay strong way longer than people expect. Instead of forcing top predictions, focus on what price action is actually telling you in real time. Good scalpers react to momentum. Bad scalpers argue with it. Now, this part matters a lot. Most traders enter emotionally after the candle already moved. They see a huge breakout and think, okay, now it's moving. But usually by then, you're entering directly into exhaustion. Professional scalpers usually enter before the emotional candle breakout appears, not after.
And one thing nobody talks about enough, some days the market is clean and trending. Other days price action becomes choppy and destroys overtraders. Part of becoming profitable is learning when not to trade. A lot of traders lose money simply because they feel like they need to be in something at all times. Professional traders understand patience is part of the strategy.
And this is where risk management becomes everything. Good scalpers lose all the time. Seriously, the difference is they lose small. The second momentum changes or structure breaks down, they're out. A lot of failing traders do the opposite. They take a scalp. They refuse to exit. Start hoping, averaging down, and suddenly a 30-second trade becomes a disaster, sitting deep red for hours. What destroys traders is refusing to exit and turning a scalp into an emotional investment.
A good scalp should almost feel obvious after entry. Momentum immediately confirms, volume supports the move, price reacts quickly. If you're sitting there instantly stressed, frozen, hoping, averaging down, you're probably already in a bad trade.
And for newer traders, focus on consistency first, not massive wins. Trying to make $1,000 in one scalp usually leads to emotional decisions. Learning how to execute cleanly matters way more early on.
At the end of the day, scalping is really a game of psychology, not intelligence, not predicting headlines, not finding some magical indicator. It's discipline under pressure.
Can you stay patient while nothing is happening? Can you avoid chasing emotional candles? Can you cut losses before they become dangerous? Because those small decisions are what separate consistent traders from emotional traders over time. If you guys want more educational breakdown like this every Saturday, let us know in the comments below.
We are the Couples Trading Lab.
We'll see you guys
in
on the
the
next one.
next one.